to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sue of Bendnstretch with Sue. In today's video, I'm taking you through the continuing journey through the chakras, and we're on the 6th out of the 7 chakras. As I've mentioned before, this is like a ladder of energy that moves through our body, and these energy wheels begin at the very base of the spine, with the first 3 chakras being about our physical connection to the world, then moving through to the heart chakra, which is the gateway into the higher vibration chakras, which are associated with more of a spiritual connection and spiritual enlightenment. So the 6th chakra, called the AJNA Chakra, or the third eye chakra, is located right above and between the eyebrows, so in the lower portion of the forehead. This chakra is also represented by the color purple, as well as the light element, and the picture that depicts this particular chakra is one with a circle with 2 lotus petals on either side and an inverted triangle within that circle. Like all of the others, there's also essential oils that can be utilized in order to help you to balance this chakra. Lavender seems to be one that is quite common to help balance all of your chakras, so of course it applies to the Ajna chakra as well. And sage as well as marjoram can be utilized to help you with the balancing on this journey, particularly with the chakra. The crystals associated, because they can also be utilized to help you to balance the chakra, are the quartz as well as the amethyst crystals. So this gives you quite a wide range of physical tools that you can utilize to help you with the balancing. So what is this third eye chakra really all about? And it is about being able to utilize our physical vision, our physical eyes, to take in what is all around us, to internalize that, and through the third eye, being able to create, to relate, and to really enhance that connection to our spirituality. Now, this chakra is often said to be primarily associated with people who are in their 30s and 40s as a starting place, because all of the life experiences that they've then accumulated up to that point will help them to really utilize the experience and to be able to manifest a deeper connection to their spiritual being, as well as taking in all that we do through our physical eyes. We're then able to translate that into achievement, into moving forward, into communication, which came from our 5th chakra, which was the throat chakra that we covered the last time. By creating this representation and analysis of what we take in and what needs to be communicated, we're able to then verbalize that through the throat chakra. So you can see how each one connects with the previous one. So it really is a hierarchy of physical and spiritual connection. So how are blockages within the chakra determined? And quite often, because the chakra is in the head, still physical ailments such as issues with vision, issues with hearing, can be signs that there's issues around the chakra, as well as headaches, and sometimes individuals who seem to have difficulty truly listening. Perhaps they have or give off an impression of knowing it all, and resisting taking in any other information or taking in any wisdom from the outside world can indicate a blockage here. Now, when the chakra is well balanced, this can be manifested in really having a sense of confidence and trust in their own wisdom, as well as the wisdom that may come to them through their spirituality. So it does give them that confidence to have a vision through their third eye of seeing the big picture, so that they can really move into the world with confidence that they can make their dreams, their vision, make things happen. Now, affirmations can also be utilized to help you to balance the third eye chakra. And a few examples of these, you can use these, or you can kind of adjust them to what really resonates with you. Are, for example, I seek to learn from my life experiences and to understand. Another is, I nurture my spirit. I trust my intuition. And you could use these in meditation, you could use them as you go about on your day-to-day, or you could also use them while you practice your yoga, particularly the next poses that I'll be sharing with you that are specifically to target the third eye chakra. So as I've done in the previous videos on the chakra journey, I'll first demonstrate yan pose that you can use, which is a more active pose, and it can be sprinkled in throughout your day, just coming into that particular pose, or certainly incorporating it into your yoga practice. And then I will follow it up with a yin pose that is also meant to target this third eye chakra. The yin is one that is much more passive, and it is held for a longer period of time as well. Anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes and upward is quite suitable to be holding a yin position. So with that, let's get started now. All you'll need is a couple of yoga blocks, as well as a bolster. If you don't have a bolster handy, you can certainly use maybe a couple of blankets, cushions, pillow, and the same can be done with your yoga blocks if you need to substitute them. Now, as we move on to our yan pose, the targeting of that third eye chakra will be done through using downward facing dog, because of the head being lower than the heart and the hips really allows the energy to move downward toward that third eye. Now, if you need some modifications to hold your downward dog, and we're not here very long, it really is a yan pose. It's really meant to be more active, stronger pose. We're going to hold it for about 10 breaths. So if you suffer from hands or wrist issues, or feel you don't really have a lot of strength in the upper body or the core to hold yourself in that position for very long, you might start off there, and then you may move into a modified version. The first one would be to move into an extended puppy pose with the arms extended out and the forehead drawing down toward the mat and remaining active. It does not touch the mat as you keep the ears kind of aligned alongside the biceps, or just slightly behind the biceps, and pushing the hips back, keeping the energy moving toward that third eye. So this is one option that makes it more gentle for those of you who may prefer that. And on any given day, you might find that maybe the stronger, more active pose is not really what your body requires. Now, if you want even more real strength engagement, and you do want to guard the hands, you could also use the yoga blocks here, maybe wrapping the thumbs to the inside of the blocks and pressing the heel of the hand more toward the edge of your block, or just kind of holding on to them with wrapping the fingers around your block. So you've got some options there. And typically, whether we're using the blocks or not, the amount of spacing can be quite confusing for downward dog quite often. There's an impression sometimes that the heels need to be touching the mat. Now, as you can see here, mine are, but I have quite a bit of flexibility with my hamstrings. Now, looking at the spacing, you can see there's quite a bit of length from my tailbone to my hands. Now, if I was to lift up on the balls of the feet, you can see that I'm pretty much in that perfect plank position, which means there's quite a bit of space between my hands and feet, which from plank allows me to move back into downward dog. Now, if I'm not using the blocks at all, I would want to also come into that same amount of space so that I could transition easily into my plank. I might have to adjust the feet a little bit. But if the heels don't touch the floor, that's okay. If you're tighter in your hamstring, you might find you have to keep your knees bent in order to maintain the proper spacing. So rather, what I'll often see in class is people walking the hands closer toward their feet so they can get those heels down. Okay, and that really turns into more of a forward bend rather than a downward dog. So you do want to maintain some good spacing. You do want to open up the hands so that you've got a great big handprint. You want to have the sense of spiraling your upper arms outward and your forearms inward as you keep space between those shoulder blades. And from here, let's come into, so find the one that really suits you most, and let's hold it here for 10 breaths. I've got about another 4 breaths here. Lots of good blood flow moving in toward that third eye. And you could use your affirmation here that resonates well with you. I trust my intuition. I learn from my life experiences and develop wisdom. And if you find your heels can quite easily reach the floor, you could actually lift the toes up away from the floor to increase the length in that back body. As we finish up our 10 breaths, you can soften the knees and bring them down to your mat. From here, we'll move ahead in our yin position as we bring the hips all the way back toward the heels. Now, again, you can use your blanket support here. You could use your bolster if you need the extra support by bringing the hips onto that bolster, cushions or pillows. You could also use a block or a couple of blocks to rest your third eye onto as you soften the arms. So in yin, the idea is always to make your body very comfortable
so that as you rest in that position, you are able to surrender into the pose. So you're not trying to be in the pose, but you are being in the pose. Letting go of resistance. Using your breath. Make sure you adjust the knees, and you might want to bring them a little bit wider to make this more comfortable. As you bring the arms alongside the legs if you wish, you may find that it increases the pressure in the third eye. Just finding where you are most comfortable and then simply remaining there peacefully, quietly. Perhaps recalling your intention. Your affirmation, repeated. Time and time again. Perhaps on the inhale, thinking the words, I trust. As you exhale, my intuition. Again, the pressure from the weight of your head continues to press onto that third eye, which rests on your support, either the mat, block. You can even stack your hands there. Just a few more moments of peace and surrender. So really trying to let go, knowing that soon you'll be making your way back. Gently starting to bring the body back to life as you press the floor away with ease, using your inhalation to help you to make your way back. And as you come back, take a couple of shoulder rolls here. Taking a nice big stretch to open up, bringing the palms together overhead, exhaling to bring the hands to the heart and pausing here just for a moment as you check in with that third eye, feeling the greater clarity, perhaps better connection to your inner world outer world. And I really hope that you enjoyed this visit through the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra. I hope you feel more balanced and that you'll know to come back to this whenever you do have that feeling of blockage, maybe lack of vision or seeing the big picture. I hope you enjoyed this. Do be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and give me one of these if you liked it. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload a new video so you can check it out. Check me out in the next video. Namaste.